After surviving long airport lines with a 5-year-old, we thought the hardest part was over. Until it wasn't. Because the real question was, dapat ba nagdala kami ng stroller? Hi, I'm Mama Mia, and welcome back to Game Mom Travel and Repeat. In the last episode, I shared how we survived NAIA lines with our 5-year-old. But what happened after that, dun talaga nag-start yung realization namin. Bago pa lang kami umalis ng Pilipinas, isa sa pinakamalaking question ang kailangan naming sagutin. Magdadala ba kami ng stroller o hindi? And you know what? Hindi kami nagdala. We thought Mori is a big girl na. She's energetic, she's excited, kaya niya to. We also thought na malapit-lapit naman yung mga pupuntahan namin. Somewhat true, but iba pala kapag nandun ka na mismo. Bakit nga ba hindi kami nagdala? Ano ang naging factor sa decision namin na yun? First, bulky yung stroller namin. It's heavy. Buying a lightweight stroller just for this trip felt unnecessary. Especially hindi naman siya daily ginagamit. Sayang yung budget at mas gusto sana namin ilaan sa Hong Kong budget namin mismo. Second, we honestly thought the stroller would count as part of the 7-kilo hand carry allowance. Depende rin sa mga airlines, no, kung kasama ba sa 7 kilos yon or free kapag may stroller ka kasi parang under ata siya ng child equipment. So, depende sa airlines, so you have to check that out. So, instead of using Mori's allowance for important things like medicines, extra clothes, mapupunta lang sa stroller. Third, me and my husband cannot carry a hand carry backpack na almost 7 kilos. So parang may bit-bit kaming 7 kilos na nakadikit sa katawan namin. Hindi namin kakayanin yon. Those were our hand carries. Both of our doctors advised us not to carry heavy things. So isa pa yon na tinitake into consideration. So, adding a stroller on top of everything felt like too much. And honestly, ayaw din namin ng sobrang daming bit-bit. Prone mawala, prone maligaw. So we decided, sige, wag na lang. Dito pa lang namin na-realize, nung pagdating namin sa Hong Kong, naglalakad na kami. So naglalakad naman si Mori kasi excited siya, pupunta kami ng Hong Kong, sumakay kami ng plane, at nasa ibang lugar na kami. And syempre, iisa lang ang nasa isip ng bata, Disneyland. So, pero along the way, we slowly realized something. Na-overestimate ata namin yung energy niya. She's just 5 years old. She's still a kid. Bata pa siya. Even adults get tired from long queues and endless walking. Ano pa kaya siya, di ba? On our first day alone, naka 16,000 steps kagad kami. Ang daming lakad, ang daming bitbit, nawawala pa yung maleta namin. Pagod na kagad kami. So the next day was Disneyland. Okay? Birthday pa niya. And honestly, paggising namin, pagod pa kaming lahat. Alam niyo ba, nung galing kaming airport, pagdating naman kagad sa hotel, talagang humilata kaming 3 at nakapag-nap pa, which usually hindi nangyayari sa amin. Dahil syempre excited ka, di ba? Nasa ibang lugar ka, gusto mo kagad gumala, gusto mo kagad mag-food trip, pasyalan yung vicinity, ano ba mga nandun. Pero wala, natulog kaming 3. And surprisingly, pati yung anak ko natulog. Eh nung nagising kami, gabi na. And saka na lang kami naghanap ng makakainan. Kaya nung birthday niya, the next day was Disneyland day namin. Parang sobrang pagod pa ang lahat. Kahit si Mori. She still got up because she was excited. Pero bilang nanay, sa mom, parang naramdaman ko na parang kulang yung energy ng anak ko. And you know what? That day, naka-almost 16,500 steps kami. Roaming around Disneyland, standing in long lines, walking again and again. Kumbaga, nakasurvive kami sa pila ng NAIA. Iba pa pala ang pila sa mga attraction sa Disneyland. No? So that's when I made a decision. We rented a stroller inside Disneyland. To be honest, hindi nga namin alam na pwede palang mag-rent ng stroller. Or may ganun pala. We just saw this cute Disney strollers parked around from Tomorrowland, Toy Story Land. Ang daming may bit-bit ng ganitong Disney stroller. So sabi ko, napaka-coincidental naman kung magkakaparehas ang strollers nila lahat, diba? So, try kaming hanapin kung saan yung stroller rental. The rental was 170 Hong Kong dollars plus 100 Hong Kong dollars as deposit. So, parang 270 yung ibibigay mo sa desk for the rental. At kailangan namin siyang ibalik before 9 p.m. Uy, hindi cheap yun ha. It's not cheap. But that moment, umupo si Mori and bigla siyang natulog.
By the way, if you're enjoying this kind of travel content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing more of our Hong Kong experience And hopefully, our story can help other parents too.
Nakatulog kagad siya. Hindi pa kami nakakalayo. Parang nandun pa lang kami sa vicinity ko, nasan yung rental. Naasikaso ko pa yung forms, inaasikaso ko pa yung bayad, nakaupo na siya doon at pumupwesto na siya. So, doon ko na-realize kung gaano siya kapagod. The next day, nag-Ocean Park naman kami. It was part of the itinerary. Meron na akong tickets and reservation going inside. So, naka-tour kami. Nag-avail kami ng tour. Tapos, pagpasok pa lang namin sa Ocean Park, naghanap kagad ako ng stroller rental. Kasi, inaantok pa rin si Mori at hindi siya energetic. So, buti na lang meron. Ang bayad naman doon is 150 Hong Kong dollars plus 100 for the deposit. So, parang sa kanya is 250 ang binayaran ko. Mas maliit yung stroller. So, medyo hirap siyang matulog kasi siguro mas malaki siya. Ganon. But at least, she could sit. By this time, lahat kami pagod na pagod pa rin. Meron pa rin residue ng pagod namin from day 1 to Disneyland. Pero in fairness naka-almost 18,000 steps kami that day. Pero hindi na rin namin natapos yung buong park. Hindi na kami nakapag-attraction. Although, nakanood kami ng mga dolphins, nakakita kami ng mga sea creatures. And I think naman, kahit papano, hindi kami naka-rides doon. Pero kahit papano, may nagawa pa rin kami sa Ocean Park. And the last attraction day was the Ngong Pin Day. No stroller rental dito, pero nakaupo lang kami most of the time kasi nasa cable car kami. So ito naman yung attraction na pinunta namin dito, yung cable car. Ang pinagkaiba naman nito, Ngong Pin Day, is yung hagdanan paakyat kay Buddha. So, leg day pa rin talaga, pero at least dito, malamig na at medyo nakapagpahinga kami gawa ng umuwi kami kagad yesterday from the Ocean Park kasi hindi na talaga namin kaya, nanginginig na yung legs namin, sobrang sakit na ng paa namin, ganon. At least kahit papano sa Ngong Ping, medyo chill, kahit papano chill pa yon kahit inakyat namin yung hagdanan paakyat kay Big Buddha. Ayun. Throughout the trip, whenever Mori got super tired, she would just say, "Mommy, carry. Daddy, carry." That was the sign. She would fall asleep in trains. Thankfully, alam nyo, nagpapasalamat talaga ako na may mga mababait na tao, whether matanda na sila, yung alam mong mas kailangan nila umupo, mga pagod na rin, mga lalaki, babae, pinapaupo nila talaga si Mori kasi nakikita nila nakatayo kami, tapos si Mori nakayakap sa akin, tapos parang tulog siya, ganon. She was really, really tired. Pero she was also really trying. And honestly, awang-awa talaga ako sa kanya. I felt so guilty. As a mom yes, she is energetic, but she's still a child. And sometimes as parents, we overestimate them. We think, kaya nila yan. But their little legs can only do so much. Now, I promise myself, sa next family trip namin, wherever that is, we will bring a stroller. Ayoko nang pagdaanan niya ulit yon. Promise, ayoko na. And if she ever watches this in the future, I'm so sorry, Mori-chan. I'm really, really sorry. So, honestly, and based on my opinion and experience, ano nga ba ang pros and cons of bringing a stroller? Para sa akin to cons of bringing a stroller is 1. Takes up space. So, kapag nasa airline ka, sa airport ka, bit-bit mo siya all throughout. Pwede mo naman siyang hindi buhatin Just stroll it around. Kahit nakaupo yung anak mo, nakalagay dun sa stroller yung mga bags para hindi mahirap buhatin. Pero it still takes up space. Meron ka pa rin iintindihin na isang gamit bukod pa sa backpacks, sa passports nyo, lalo na sa anak mo, may isa pa with stroller. Second, another thing to manage. Like I've said, meron na kaming mga personal gamit, backpacks, passports. Like for myself, I have a fanny pack para nandun yung phone, wallet, tapos yung mga octopus card, andun din yung passport ko, ganon din sa husband ko, and our water bottles, honestly. So marami kaming hinahawakan, marami kaming minamanage. And I think overwhelming na yun for first-time travelers like us. Third, ang hassle niya in places with stairs. Aside pa sa bit-bit namin na backpack, anak namin, meron din kaming bubuhatin or ifo-fold na stroller or bibit-bitin sa stroller kasi maraming hagdanan. Siyempre sa ERs, do sa train station, maraming hagdanan. Although meron namang mga escalators, but still, it's quite hassle talaga magdala. Pero, here are the pros naman of bringing a stroller. 1. Your child can rest anytime. 2. They can take a nap. Komportable sila at hindi na tayo makikipag-sapalaran pa kung kasya ba siya sa rental stroller or hindi. Nagpapasalamat na lang ako na kasya siya dun sa Disneyland stroller, pero dun sa Ocean Park hindi siya kasya. 3. Less pabuhat. Hindi mo na masyadong maririnig ng, "Mommy, carry me," ganon. So kahit nasa train, hindi na kami mag-aantay na may umalis or magbigay ng upuan sa kanya kasi nakaupo na siya mismo sa stroller and kahit natutulog siya, hindi siya mababother. Fourth, less exhaustion. Less pagod for the bata. And lastly, more peaceful mood. In-include ko talaga tong peaceful mood na to because hindi pagod si Mori. And dahil hindi siya pagod, mas less stress siya sa isip ko. Naiisipin ko pa, teka, hindi ko mabuhat yung anak ko, pero pagod na yung anak ko, kawawa naman yung anak ko. Alam niyo yung mga ganong klaseng thoughts. Whether you're a mom, you're a dad, naiisip niyo pa rin yan, di ba? So, the more na peaceful ang travel, ang gala, ang pasyal, mas nananamnam natin yung mga bago nating nakikita. Yung mas nananamnam natin yung vacation. So, yun naman yung isang pro. At hindi yun mababayaran ng kahit naan. So, ito ang aking recommendation. If you already have a stroller, you bring it. If wala, you can rent at attractions. Pero it will cost you more. Unless, pwede nyo siyang idagdag sa budget ninyo. As I said, kapag sa Disneyland, you have to allot at least 270 Hong Kong dollars. 100 doon is yung deposit. So, babalik naman yun kapag binalik nyo yung stroller. Kung mag-ocean park kayo, it's 250. Kung meron kayong maisisave na or maitatabi na budget for rental strollers, then you can rent na lang. The biggest takeaway for me, we don't want an exhausted child just because we're sticking to itinerary. Ito rin yung isang parang mistake na karamihan or siguro baka kami lang dahil first time namin is limited lang din yung araw namin. So, parang pinagsiksik namin lahat ng attractions, lahat ng pwedeng pasyalan within the duration of stay. And hindi namin na isaalang-alang yung pahinga. Guys, importante yung pahinga lalo na kapag mga major attractions yung pupuntahan ninyo kasi the lakad is no joke. The lakad is no joke. If you are traveling with a child or with kids, our kids should always be our top priority. Kaya naman kami nakapag-travel sa Hong Kong is because of our child kasi birthday niya. So dapat 'di ba, siya ang priority. And in the next episode, I will be sharing our Hong Kong Disneyland experience, what it's really like celebrating a birthday in Disneyland, while sobrang pagod, may nawawalang luggage, and just trying to make the day special. From one mom to another, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!